Hey, good day, Atif Shah. So Atif wanted me to do an audit. He's having a common problem that a lot of people have. If our client is providing different services like plumbing, electrical, handyman, how should we organize the posting? Should we do once a day, once a week, rotate it, what have you? Well, the first problem you're going to have, Atif, is this is not how we set up a GMB. It's not how we set up a GMB. So let's go over to the actual GMB. Let's pull open the website. All right. And I'm going to audit the whole, my whole thing, but what I like and what I don't like about the website. All right. All right. I like the call to action up here, bright and pink. Big problem you have, you don't even have what your services are in your header, your H1. Right here, you don't have it. You do have all these different services right here, okay? And you have all the different things that you quote unquote do in that area. You don't have your GMB in your bottom nowhere on your home page, okay? That's the first thing. Let's see if you even have it on contacts. I don't see a contact page whatsoever. So you got to go looking for it. So that's not a good thing. You do have your service team GMB embedded on contact us, which is good. If I was to go over content and see how much content you actually have on the, if you will, the home page of your main website, do you have enough content? No, you got 476 words, which is nowhere near enough. Now, this is your main, you're having everything linked over to, if you will, your booking link, and then you have your website link. And your website link comes here, and you got 400 words, which is not nowhere near enough. You need closer to 1,500 plus words. Just from my experience. And if I go to, if you will, your different services, let's say plumbing. First thing I don't like, it opens up in a brand new window to go to that. If I was to select all the keywords on that entire page and actually look at how many words you have on that page, you got 500. That's nowhere near enough. There are different things that you need to look at when you're building a site. Most people don't even look at them. You don't have your H1 up here. If I go to, let's say, handyman, once again, you have handyman service, but what specific area? You don't have your city listed, your area listed. I know you're in the UK. Once again, no H1 with no city, not even your main H1 up here. All right, so that's just that part. Now, if we go over to the GMB, the problem you have with your GMB is your main website, your main category is for plumber, right? But you're also plumber, appliance repair service, certification agency, electrical engineer, gas engineer, handyman, waste management service, and all these other things. What happens when, let's say, for example, if I was to put tea or a tea bag in a gallon of water, that one tea bag may or may not make that tea taste good, may not have, if you will, good, if you will, taste. It won't taste right. Okay. You're saying that your GMB is in the footer. If I go to the footer, it's nowhere in the footer, sir. Your GMB is not embedded in the footer. It's not there. Okay. It is if I go to contact page, it's embedded. It's right here. But it is not right here. It's nowhere to be found. Okay. So, but besides that, so let's go to your categories. So if I went into Plepper, your main category for plumber should not be most of those services you're listing. So that's going to be your main problem. And what happens when you start putting all these other categories is you're diluting the strength of your GMB, and you're going to have a much harder time ranking it. So if I typed in plumber, go to related categories, here's your related categories. At maximum, I choose 4 categories. At 3 to 4 maximum, right? And if I look at how many you got appliance repair, certification agency, electrical engineer, gas engineer, handyman, waste management. So you got 6 outside of plumber, most of which aren't even in the related category. So mainly when it's a plumber, they're going with heating contractor, electrician, and HVAC, and sometimes bathroom remodeling. You're choosing categories to go with a main plumber or plumbing niche that shouldn't even be put together, right? Your GCID here, your plumber category, these are the categories that should be with it. Heating, electrician, HVAC, bathroom remodeler. If it was me, I would get rid of all of this crap because it shouldn't even be with it, and you're going to be diluting the strength of your GMB, which you're doing because you're not even ranking for it. You do have your appointment link. You do have this here. Let's look at your GMB posts. Once again, you got hashtags. Hashtags are useless in a GMB. I've never seen them be effective. You do have your logo up here and your phone number. Excellent. But I don't see your name, address, phone number in it. I know it is against Google's terms of service, but it is very strong. You are putting order online and learn more. That's excellent. Now, if we go over to, if you will, besides that, we got a couple more places we're going to look at your photos. You got some good photos, but it's pretty much just generic stuff. Your most effective option when you're doing photos is going to be actual photos from the job. Okay. What is a Google CID or GCID, and why it's important is this is the short URL, or what we call a slug in web design, or terminology, if you will, what you want to name your website, your main category of your GMB. Whatever your main category of your GMB is what your website needs to be structured as. Your GMB is a reflection. Okay, your website should be a reflection of your GMB. So if my main category on my GMB is a plumber, my first H1 header, everything on that site should be about plumbing and those categories that are related to plumbers. I should not be putting some unrelated category like certification underneath plumbers. It doesn't go. It doesn't mix. It doesn't jive with Google. So that's why. So let's go to service team and see if we can get this on Google search. Pop up, and there we are. So we do have our products. Let's look at our products. Let's say waste removal. He does have a good amount of, his text in here. Most don't even do that, and I try to tell people to do it at least. You can put your title, your price, 750 words you can get in here. You can get order online, and he's got quite a few of them here. One of the things you can do, you can use animated GIFs in here. When you go to try to upload it, it's going to say, hey, we don't support animated GIFs, but there is, if you watch on some of my previous videos where I show you how to hack that and how to do that. Okay. So I go over all that. Now let's look down here. Let's see what else we got. You don't have any Q&As, so you can use Local Viking to do quick Q&As and optimize them. Or you can go into separate Gmail accounts. You can have one Gmail account and ask a bunch of questions and go into your actual business account and answer those questions. You can do that. Here are your posts, which we've already seen. I would take these hashtags out. They're worthless. I would love to see someone show me that they are of any value. You don't have your name, address, phone number in here, which is very important. Yes, I understand it's against Google's terms of services, but I can tell you it works. I do not see, which does not mean it's not existent, but I don't see that you have yet. You don't have a business description. It just says emergency property maintenance. All right, so that's about it. So yeah, contact page is there, but it's not on the home page. Your embedded GMAP, and it should be. You should have it on home page and contact page minimum. Yes, you may provide electrical. I understand that. You provide electrician services, gas, heating, repair, blah, 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 blah. But the problem with your GNB, when we were looking at it as well, is you have the main category is plumber. Then you also have appliance repair. You have certification agency, electrical engineer, gas engineer, handyman, waste service, none of which are related categories that should even be going with plumber. Okay, and I see this with Plepper, and I can see it with GMB Crush. Okay, the CID is an important number. It's an important identifier, you know, because it connects different views, maps, local finder, search, etc. That single listing has. It also helps you. So the CID is something totally different. The Google CID, in which what he's talking about specifically, is this number up here. And we also see it with GMB Crush. If we were to go to GMB Crush and do it, we see them as well. So if you go to GMB Crush and you were to type in, let's say this one, for instance, or any of them, GMB Crush will actually, when it's running, you see the CID right here. So it will actually show it. You can copy it. But what I'm specifically referring to is known as the category CID or the GCID. So I'm wanting to develop myself when I'm creating a website and when I'm creating a Google My Business listing. I want to be the #1 entity, in your case, as a plumber in that area. So when someone thinks of a plumber in your area, they think of no one else but you. Google thinks of no one else but you. If they look up the term how to fix a broken, pipe, they think of you. If they think of my pipes busted because of cold weather, they think of you. If they think of I need new pipes installed in my brand new remodeled kitchen, they think of you, and they don't think of someone else. The only way to do this is through content, structure, and then following what Google is putting out. Google is literally putting on a plate and saying, give us and your clients and our audience what they want. The problem is most people go to SEMrush and they go to Ahrefs and they go every which way besides Google Search Console, and their GMB Insights, and try to figure out what everybody is saying they should be seeing or what their structure should look like. But the problem is they're not Google, they're not God. So, all right, we're going to end here. What should our post strategy be if you want to rank for, let's say, annual boiler service and then GMB? I would pick my very specific things I want to rank for. So if I'm wanting to rank for things that have to do with plumbing, I would pick long tail keywords. It's not going to be keywords that are intent on introducing someone to your business. What do I mean by that? So they don't know your brand. They're not looking for buyer intent. I'm looking for people that are wanting buyer intent or long tail keywords. I'm going to try to get those ranked. I'm going to make my GMB posts about them and everything. Because what will happen, and you will find this, if you concentrate on, if you will, in words or keywords or phrases that people are actually looking up. For instance, and I will show you this. Let's say it was, in your case, you're saying specifically annual boiler service, right? Annual boiler service. So we're going to go annual boiler service. Annual boiler service. So I'm looking for annual boiler service. Well, Google also then says, well, this might be your #1 keyword. This might be what you're trying to rank for. But When people are looking for this keyword, they're also looking for how much is an annual boiler service? Do I need to get my boiler serviced annually? What is included in annual boiler service? How much is an ideal boiler service? So if I was trying to rank for annual boiler service, I would make posts and content on the website and content on my GMBs around the questions people are asking. And then I would also make content based upon this down here. Other related searches. See, Google's showing you this is the information people are asking for. Please write content about it and put it on the internet so our users can find you. But what most people do is they go over to SEMrush or they go over Ahrefs and they type in Ahrefs and they go, let me see what someone's looking for. And then SEMrush or Ahrefs, in this case, Ahrefs comes back and tells you, well, this is what you should write for because this is how, this is the trust flow and this is the how hard it is to get ranked for this. And this is how hard it is not to get ranked for this. And so I'm going to go choose this keyword that's really not hard to get ranked for. When none of that fucking even matters. What matters is what Google tells you. What is people looking for? They're looking for answers when it comes to this stuff right here, man. So write content based upon this and then make your GMB post based upon that. Google makes it so easy, it's stupid. All right. So that's it. I'm done for the night. I appreciate you guys and I will see you on the other side. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man.